Shmos, ideas in the realm of Gematria from the Parshah and for the Geulah. This is article number 13 because Shemot, or Shemos, is the 13th Parshah of the Torah in the weekly readings, starting from Genesis. This week's Torah portion describes one of the most famous accounts in the Torah, the burning bush passage. Moses was pasturing the flocks of Jethro, his father-in-law, the chief of Midian, and he led the flocks after the free pasture land, and he came to the mountain of God, to Horeb, Exodus 3:1. An angel of the Lord appeared to him in a flame of fire from within the thorn bush. And behold, the thorn bush was burning with fire, but the thorn bush was not being consumed. Exodus 3:2. So Moses said, "Let me turn now and see this great spectacle. Why does the thorn bush not burn up?" Exodus 3:3. The Lord saw that he had turned to see, and God called to him from within the thorn bush, and he said, "Moses, Moses." And he said, "Here I am." Exodus 3:4. And he said, "Do not draw near here. Take your shoes off your feet, because the place upon which you stand is holy soil." Exodus 3:5. If we take just the account that was told so far, we can see a striking similarity to another account in Tanakh in the book of Joshua, chapter 5. And it was when Joshua was in Jericho, he lifted up his eyes and saw, and behold, a man was standing opposite him with his sword drawn in his hand. And Joshua went to him, and he said to him, "Are you for us or for our adversaries?" Joshua 5:13. And he said, "No, but I am the captain of the host of the Lord. I have now come." And Joshua fell on his face to the earth and prostrated himself. And said to him, "What does my Lord say to his servant?" Joshua 5:14. And the captain of the Lord's host said to Joshua, "Remove your shoe from your foot, for the place upon which you stand is holy." And Joshua did so. Did you spot the similarity? In both cases, the person in the story in Exodus, Moshe, and in Joshua, in the book of Joshua, were told to remove their shoes or sandals, for you are standing on a holy ground. If analyzed in the realm of Gematria, a very important connection can be made. In Hebrew, the words for remove your sandals from your feet are sha'al na'alecha me'al raglecha, which in our Parshah, both na'alecha and raglecha are spelled with a yud in it, and the Gematria, the numerical value, is 913. Please note that in this phrase, in the book of Joshua, raglecha is missing a yud, and na'alecha is also missing a yud, but it's the same exact phrase. It's shal na'alecha mi'al raglecha. And so, for the sake of keeping it the same, we'll say that it's the same expression, which it is. It's just one is missing a couple of yuds. So it equals 913, and 913 is the numerical value of the word Bereshis, which means in the beginning. These words take us back to the beginning of creation, the creation story, where the Midrash in Bereshis Rabbah describes the spirit of Mashiach as hovering over the waters. To explain the words, Beruach Elokim merachefes al pnei hamayim, it says, Rucho shel Mashiach. This is the spirit of Mashiach. And this is told in Bereshis Rabbah 2:4. Now, for an extra bonus to explain the spelling discrepancy, because after all, In the book of Joshua, it is spelled with 2 less yuds, which would give it a numerical value of 893. But what is 893? Well, 893 is equal to the words Kabbalah's Pnei Mashiach in a special kind of Gematria. And it's a Gematria that maybe isn't the most famous kind, but it is used in the various ciphers of the Mekubalim that use many different ciphers and not just regular Gematria, but Atbash and Albam and others. There's a certain cipher called Avgad. Avgad is where the Hebrew alphabet is moved over exactly one place. So, for example, it's Avgad is because Aleph is Beis and Gimel is Daled. So let's say if Aleph equals 1, so then Aleph will be Beis, so Aleph will equal 2. And Beis will be moved over to Gimel, and then it will equal 3. And you start off with Taf being 1, Aleph being 2, Beis being 3, Gimel being 4, and so forth. If you use the cipher like that, then the words Kabbalat Pnei Mashiach, meaning receiving the face of Messiah, will have the same numerical value as Sha'alna Lecha Mi'al Reglecha, the way it's spelled in the book of Joshua, which equals 893. And this would be a great hint about who Joshua is standing in front of in Joshua chapter 5. Have a great Shabbos.